Hi, this is David Davis from ActualTech Media. I'm super excited to be here at Docker headquarters in San Francisco. I'm joined by Mr. Vivek Saraswat. He's the Senior Product Manager for Docker Data Center. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm great. So thanks for joining us today. I want to do a fun topic. I think it's going to be interesting, maybe a little mind-blowing.
Oh boy.
And that is, VMs versus containers. I mean, I've heard people on Twitter say, VMs are dead, containers are the new thing, don't ever use a VM again. But I wanted to get your opinion and your take on what should you use when? Should you ever use a VM again? And if so, what's the use case?
Yeah, so David, I'll start with this. It's not VMs versus containers, it's VMs and containers.
Okay.
They really serve different purposes in different use cases, and I think it's a common belief that that VMs and containers are not compatible, but the truth is they are, and it depends on what you want to use them for. If you think of a VM as a virtualized operating system with a series of applications sitting on top of it, a container is a virtualized application. There's no reason why you can't run containers on VMs, and in fact, there's several reasons why you might want to. So it really depends on what it is you as a user, whether you're an enterprise or a smaller company, are trying to do.
Okay, so if you have a brand new cloud native application, might as well just run it all on containers.
You could run those. You definitely could run a cloud native application within containers. But then the question is, where are you actually running that cloud native application?
Okay.
So are you running it on an on-prem environment? In which case is your on-prem environment, using virtualized VMs like vSphere or Hyper-V? Or are you running on a fully bare metal infrastructure? Most enterprise customers already have a fairly significant investment in one infrastructure or the other. The beauty of containers is that it doesn't matter where you run them. They still offer the benefits of app packaging, versioning, the ability to spin up quickly, no matter what infrastructure you're running on. And of course, if you're running in the public cloud, most of those are running in VMs as well, whether it's AWS EC2 instances or Azure machines.
So if I'm in an enterprise, I have a legacy, type application, are any of those being able to be moved into containers?
Yeah, it's actually one of the big use cases that we're seeing. The ability to take a legacy application, lift it into a container, and then be able to shift it onto different environments. You see a lot of enterprise companies trying to move part of their deployments to the public cloud or to, say, a different on-prem environment, like OpenStack, for example, or a virtualized environment. Containers make it really easy to do that because you can isolate an application's dependencies, even a traditional application, and then move it over to one of those environments. So really, it's not about replacing VMs. It's about giving you the flexibility to move to the environment that you want to go to.
Okay, so there's a lot of kind of, it depends when it comes to VMs versus containers. What about, different operating systems? I've heard about, Docker for Windows. Is it true? Can you run Linux containers in Windows?
You can, though maybe not in the way that you're thinking. Today, the traditional Docker engine was built on top of Linux, and that meant you had a Linux node, whether that was a Linux VM or a Linux physical machine. You put on the Docker engine, which allows you to create containers, and then you're running Linux-based applications. Very recently, we have a good partnership with Microsoft, and we announced Windows Server Containers. So that allows you to run Windows native applications in containers on top of a Windows Server box. Now here's where it gets a little crazy. There's nothing stopping you from running a Linux VM on top of Windows and running Linux containers within that VM. And side by side with that, you might have a Windows VM where you're running Windows containers on top of that. So you might call it a little bit of containerception, right? But the idea is you have the flexibility, again, even within a single Windows environment, to choose using a combination of VMs and containers what kind of applications you want to run and how you want to run them.
Very cool, very cool. So, for virtualization admins out there, let's say they want to learn more about containers, they want to try it out, what do you recommend?
Yeah, if you're an IT operations folks, I'd really recommend going to docker.com/enterprise and looking at the tools that Docker has available in order to run containerized applications securely at scale. So that really provides some information on the various product lines, as well as how to get started on a free trial with Docker Data Center really quickly.
Very nice. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.